All right, let's dive into a book that's made some serious waves. Deida's The Way of the Superior Man. Ever since it came out, it's become this incredibly popular and, let's be real, pretty provocative spiritual guide for guys trying to figure out women, work, and, well, sexual desire.
And that quote from the cover really nails it. So before we go any further, I just want to make one thing crystal clear. Our goal here isn't to say this book is right or wrong or that you should follow it. We're simply here to explain its core ideas straight from the source. Think of us as your neutral guide.
So, the book kicks off by tackling a problem that a lot of people feel. Deida basically asks, as our relationships have become more equal, which is a great thing, why does it seem like the sexual passion, that spark, has started to fizzle out for so many couples?
And here's his big argument. He says that this fantastic, necessary move towards social and economic equality has had this one kind of unexpected side effect, what he calls sexual neutrality. Our bank accounts are getting more balanced, but the passion in the bedroom is taking a hit.
Okay, so to really get why he thinks this is happening, Deida lays out this framework. Basically, 3 stages in how relationships have evolved over time.
He puts it on a timeline like this. Stage 1, that's the past. Think super traditional, rigid roles. He calls it the macho/submissive dynamic. Then there's stage 2, which is basically where we are now. We've moved toward 50-50 equality, creating a more, androgynous feel. And all of this, he says, sets us up for a potential future. Stage 3, which is all about consciously choosing to bring back something he calls sexual polarity. And that brings us right to the core mechanic of the entire book. This is the engine he believes can reignite that passion he was talking about, the idea of sexual polarity.
So, what is sexual polarity? Well, Deida explains it like a force of nature. Think about a magnet, right? You need a north and a south pole for there to be a pole. Or electricity. You need a positive and a negative terminal for energy to flow. He argues it's that energetic difference, that tension between 2 poles, that actually creates sexual attraction.
Now, this is really, really important. The book makes it clear that these poles have nothing to do with your gender. They're about core energies, or essences. The masculine essence, he says, is all about prioritizing a mission, a purpose, and seeking freedom. On the other hand, the feminine essence is said to prioritize the flow of love and connection. It's about relationship.
And this isn't just a minor thing. According to Deida, he actually estimates that for about 90% of us, our core sexual essence leans distinctly one way or the other, either more masculine or more feminine. Very few people, he says, are perfectly balanced right in the middle.
So what's the takeaway? Deida's whole point is that for passion to really catch fire, partners need to consciously amplify this energetic difference. When it's time for intimacy, one person needs to lean into the masculine pole and the other into the feminine pole. And again, it doesn't matter who is male or female.
Okay, so that's the theory. But what does this actually look like in real life? Let's get into a couple of the book's most famous and, let's be honest, most challenging principles for the person leading with a masculine essence.
All right, let's just start with a big one. This right here is easily one of the most provocative lines in the entire book. It's a rule that's designed to completely flip the script on how a man interprets his partner's complaint.
So here's the argument. The complaint isn't literally about the dishes or the money. Deida frames it as a kind of test of your masculine presence. He says it's a reflection that she's feeling unloved or that maybe you've lost your sense of direction. So the solution isn't to logically fix the problem. No, the proposed solution is to meet the emotion behind it with total, unwavering love.
And here's another one that really challenges a super common way of thinking. It's this idea that your history of being a good partner should somehow earn you points or get you off the hook in the present moment. According to Deida, the feminine essence is all about the energy of the present moment. From that point of view, bringing up all the great things you did last week is totally irrelevant if the energy right now feels bad. So, he argues, the only real solution is to instantly shift the energy in the present with love, maybe some humor, not to try and justify your actions by pointing to your past successes.
Now, all of these relationship practices, they're all building towards something much, much bigger. They lead to a spiritual point that is, you could argue, the true heart of the entire book.
And this right here, this is the bottom line.
For the superior man, Deida is emphatic. Your mission in life has to be your #1 priority. He argues that if you don't know what that mission is, or if your life isn't aligned with it, your core is just going to feel empty. And that emptiness will weaken you in your relationship and in everything else you do.
And this is where it all clicks into place. All these practices, understanding polarity, integrity, presence, they aren't just relationship hacks or tricks. According to Deida, these are the actual tools a man needs to discover his deepest purpose and then give that unique gift to the world. So in the end, the book doesn't give you all the answers. It just leaves you with this one massive question to think about for your own life. It's a huge challenge, for sure. But then again, that seems to be the entire point of The Way of the Superior Man.